Welcome back, everybody. This is Red Halo here, and we're playing more One Piece Treasure Cruise. We just did a video on going over the new Sugofest for the celebration of the Long Voyage Super Sugofest with the new trio legends in Luffy, Law, and Kid. So if you haven't checked that out, go ahead and look at that first. But now we're going to go over the units and overview on what they do and whether or not I believe they are any good. Whether you should look to maybe go for them on specific parts where they come out, and so forth. So let's get straight into it right now. As you can see, like I talked about in the first video, we do get a free multi-pull here. That's going to be great. But let's go ahead and look here at the recommended characters. So, like I said, there's going to be 3 new legends on this part, on this Sugofest. And Luffy, Law, and Kid. Roger and Odin are also returning, so if you don't have them, that's going to be a great addition to hopefully pull for them. But like I said, here we go. We got the Luffy here, the Law, the Kid. This is a rare recruit, Zaro, that's going to be part of the batch. This Jimbei is part of the batch, and this Killer is part of the batch. Same with the Rebecca, the Shirahoshi, and the Reiju, which are going to be specific special characters, I think. Because they have specific parts for them to pull on each part, 2, 3, and 4. You're guaranteed one of them on their respective parts on the second multi-pull. So that leads me to believe that they're like limited time characters, but we don't know that information right now. So I'm not going to go through actually what they do specifically here in the game. We're actually going to open up the database, which I have available right here on the side. Which we're just going to go over the units that are part of the Sugofest this way. It's a little bit more in depth. And if you don't already know of this site, this is just going to be the database, as it's called, for Treasure Cruise. And you can literally just type in One Piece Treasure Cruise on Google, One Piece Treasure Cruise database, or OPTC database, and it will bring you to this, and you can go look at the units like this, like I am right here. So we're going to go over each unit specifically and what they do right here on the database. So as you can see, this Luffy, we're going to go over their 6-star forms, their evolved forms. This Luffy is a quick type unit, free spirit, and a fighter class. He has a combo hit of 6, which is different and something to point out. But just, we're not going to go over stats or anything. They're all strong. They're all strong characters. But let's look at his captain effect right here. So he boosts attack of quick, fighter, and free spirit characters by 5 times. Already very good. I love characters that boost a color and classes. That we've seen for a while now, but it's very strong. Gives you lots of team making ability there. You get a 1.3 HP boost. And he also boosts the chances of getting recovery orbs. He makes recovery orbs beneficial for all characters, and perfects will consume recovery orbs. That's very similar to versus Big Mom. She does the same thing. She turns recovery into beneficial orbs, and you can hit perfects to eat those. So that's very good. He doesn't have a sailor ability, but he does have limit break sailor abilities, which is just attack HP recovery by 100 and makes quick orbs beneficial for all characters. Very good right there. That is a good sailor effect. Let's take a look at his special. By the way, I'm not fully versed on what these characters do, so me reading them right now is going to be kind of like a good impression on what I think based on my reaction to these specials and captain abilities. So his special, which with limit break, it's going to be on 13, expansion is 12. He deals 300 times attack and typeless damage to all enemies. That's pretty darn good. Boost attack of quick, free spirit, and fighter characters by 2.75 for 1 turn. That's very strong. And then he boosts own base attack depending on how many recovery orbs used in normal attacks. So base attack is equal to 100 times recovery orbs. 100 times recovery orbs consumed up to the maximum of 1,000. So this last bit on the special right here, what it's talking about is you're going to get a base boost attack boost only on him. So only on the character that, you know, that Luffy character. I don't know if it stacks for each Luffy. I'm assuming it does if you're running a double Luffy here. But what this means is based on how many recovery orbs you consume, I don't know what the maximum is here, it doesn't say, but you can get a base attack boost of 1,000, which means on top of his normal attack, which let's just look at Limit Break right here, is going to be 1870, right? You get an additional 1,000 on top of that. So whatever this number is with cotton candy, you know, whatever, when you consume your orbs, you get 1,000 extra at max base attack, which is just a nice extra boost, and it's honestly going to be a lot of damage. So that's very, very strong. We already looked at that. Here's his super types. So they all have super types. Luffy must be the captain. Other members of the crew must consist of, I'm just going to skim through this. Yes, it's all of the Straw Hats, including Jimbei, which is nice to see. And of course, excluding support members. So that's a pretty good, easy way to fill that criteria. It's not something where, you know, you don't have to have a specific character on the crew, which I do like some of those super types that are like that, but that's a lot of characters. So I'm happy with that. And his super special reduces special cooldown of quick free spirit fighter characters by 1 turn, adds 1.0 to the chain multiplier for 1 turn, and transforms quick characters into super quick. Okay, so there is nothing in his kit that gives you matching orbs, like orb manipulation. That's a downside for sure, but reducing cooldowns of specials, that's very nice. That's going to help a lot with just many pieces of content that have special cooldown reverse or whatever. Or to just get specials ready that weren't ready. That's very good. Getting 1.0 to the chain multiplier is also very strong. It's not like a super high boost like V2 Shirahoshi Manshiri will give, but 1.0 is no joke. That's very, very strong. So yeah, I like that. Another thing that is new with these units, which is going to be the first units in the game on Global that have this, is the new potential abilities that we get with these 3 characters, which is Last Tap, right? And we're going to go over basically what that means, right? So Last Tap is a new potential ability. From what I've heard is it's very hard to get like tablets for these, if there even are any. So don't expect to like get these up unless you're getting like dupe copies of these legends. He also has reduced hunger, that's very good, and slot bind reduction completely. Bro, his potential abilities are fantastic. But here's the Last Tap. So the Last Tap has a specific function that is, from what I can tell, different on every character that has it. There are only a few characters in the entire game that have Last Tap though. Specifically these 3 and the new Yamato that's coming out. They'll be the 4th one to have Last Tap. I'm pretty sure. Because those are the Super Sugofest characters and those have Last Tap. So here we go. Level 1, his Last Tap, which I'm not an expert at this, but I'm going to assume that is you need to actually attack with this character last on the final stage. But on level 1, you get your own base attack boosted by 300 extra for 1 turn. Okay, boost attack by 500 and changes own orb into a matching orb. So this happens on the last stage. So this is just something that happens on the last stage, but I still think you need to actually hit with this character last for it to activate. I'm not 100% sure on that. We'll get more information on that when I'm sure Bandai will put out some information on Last Tap. Level 3 is boost attack 700, changing your own orb, including a block orb, into a matching orb. Okay. By 1,000, and then the same thing. Boost by 1,000, changes own orb, including a block orb, into a Wano orb. Okay. So on level 5, I mean, it's going to be good on every level, but level 5 is no joke. A Wano orb is nothing to sneeze about. You're going to be hitting for so hard on that Last Tap. That's very strong. All right, and then support is just stats. Okay. I'm not gonna go over their rumble abilities because that's just gonna take too long. But we can guess that they're gonna be pretty good. So let's go ahead and go over the next one here. So Law is a Dex super type character. He's the other Super Sugofest exclusive. He's Cerebral and Slasher. He has a 4 combo hit. Base attack, pretty much it's pretty good, just about as good as Luffy. Captain ability, boost attack of Dex, Slasher, and Cerebral characters. So the color and the 2 classes that the unit is, just like Luffy. You get a 1.3 HP boost, makes strength and quick orbs beneficial for all characters, and recovers 0.5 his character's recovery at the end of the turn for each time you hit a perfect. Okay, I mean, again, very strong. This Law actually grants you more beneficial orbs too than the Luffy does. But the Luffy, you know, he makes it just like if you're getting recovery orbs, they're beneficial and you can hit perfects to get them. So they're different units for sure. I think it's easier to get heals with the Law just because it's like built in and you just hit perfects and you get heals. Luffy, you have to like get recovery orbs for like good healing on him. Sailor abilities, it's again 100 there, and Dex is beneficial for all characters. All right. Special on a 13 turn, 12 with expansion. Cuts the HP of one enemy by 10%. That will ignore damage negating abilities and barriers, so not normal attacks only. Changes own orb, including block orbs. Changes own orb, including block orbs, into a Dex orb. So he only changes his orb into a Dex orb. Attack of Dex, Slasher, and Cerebral characters 2.75 for 1 turn. And debuff protection and inflicts all enemies with increased damage taken by 1.5 for 1 turn. That's very good. Wow. Okay, so it's a 2.75 attack boost, which is already very strong. You get a guaranteed orb on him, which is more than Luffy does, I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm forgetting that Luffy also does something like that. No, he does not change his orb. Okay. Alright, so far I would say Law definitely has a better special. Going through debuff protection, like completely, and inflicting all enemies with increased damage taken, that is very good. That is, in my personal opinion, much better than a base attack boost. Because that base attack boost is only good for the Luffy, while this increased damage taken is good for your entire team. And you're getting a super high attack boost. Wow. Okay, so yeah, this Law so far is definitely, I think, better than the Luffy. Super type. Law must be the captain. Crew must consist of Luffy, Zaro, Hawkins. Okay, I'm just checking here. It looks like it's all of the supernovas. Yeah. All the supernovas. Which, again, is a decent amount of characters. Having Luffy just as available already, that's like that's really good. Zaro has a lot of good, I mean, Dex Zaro, the Legend Zaro. He's Dex, he can fit on there. Hawkins is also a Dex character. Kid has a Dex Legend. Like, there's a lot. Capone crew, that's also Dex. There's a lot of good units like that. Plus, you don't even have to use Dex units. You can use Slasher Cerebral too. I don't think that's much of a problem. Super special. 25% heal of his max HP, allowing overfill. That's very good. Up to 2 times max. Changes block orbs into matching orbs. Locks orbs for 1 turn. Wow. That is way better than Luffy. Luffy's super type, if I don't remember. Reducing special cooldown, getting the chain boost. So you get like a boost with the Luffy, but for the Law, you're getting a full board of orbs. And remember, this can't be interrupted, and you get them locked. And you get a heal, which can be overfilled. Way better. I already can tell you that I would pull for the Law over the Luffy for sure. Even though the Luffy's a quick character, and the quick is got a ton of good units, this is a very strong unit right here. They got last tap, reduce no healing by 7, and barrier penetration, which at level 5 ignores all barriers. Yeah, I think the potential abilities for Luffy are better, but barrier pen is very good. Reduces no healing. I mean, I can understand why that's very good for this character, specifically because you're healing with perfects, and he has healing in his super type. Let's go over the last tap here. On the last stage, if HP is above 70%. Okay, so that's the condition here. Luffy was just on the last stage. This one has an additional condition, which based on his captain ability and the healing and everything, I can't really imagine that being an issue. Let's take a look at his. So it adds 5% enemy's current HP to this character's normal attack damage. Have we ever had something like that in the game? I don't think so. That sounds very good. So it's like tap timing damage, or like extra tap timing damage, but not based on your attack. It's based on the HP of the enemy. So if you're going up against like the boss who has, let's just take a 6 million HP. That's a lot of damage. I'm just gonna like real quickly here. So 6 million, what, times 0.05? That's 300,000. That's a lot. And that's only with 6 million HP. A lot of the units we're going up against have more than that now. Level 2 is 7 times and reduces the defense of enemies by 100% for 1 turn. Okay, just make it better. Way better with that. Holy crap. 10%. 100%. And you get... what the hell is going on? And you get a defense conditional boost for 1.75. Are you actually kidding me? This is broken. Level 4 is 15%, 100, and then you get a 2 times conditional boost. And then level 5 is 20% and a 3 times defense conditional boost? What the hell is going on? No way. This unit is busted. This last tap is incredible. Now, again, like I said, have fun actually getting the last tap to be like increase the potential ability, because right now, as far as I know, there's no way to do that unless getting duplicates. Maybe Yoshi will bring something amazing and actually allow us to get last tap potential like tablets. Like, I can't imagine that's gonna happen, but wow, that unit is busted. Even with just the level 1 last tap, that's very good. But like, just getting to level 3 of this last tap is unbelievably good. Like, it even gets better than that, but just level 3 is insanity. Damn. And then support dex characters, it's a lot of stats. Holy crap. That law was fantastic. I can't imagine this kid being better than that. So this kid, he's strength, striker driven, 4 combo hits. His captain ability reduces cooldowns of his own special by 3 turns, so that's a lot. But only his own special. Doesn't say the crew. Boost attack of strength, striker driven 5 times, 1.3 HP. If HP is below 50% at the start of the turn, reduce damage received by 25%. Okay. I think that's the weakest captain out of the 3 so far. But we haven't read his special, which, because he gets a bunch of cooldown, could be very, very strong. Sailor ability, it's pretty much the same. Strength Aura is beneficial characters. Special, if the HP is, by the way, he has the same cooldowns as the other ones. If HP is above 51% at the start of the turn, reduce crew's current HP by 50%, crew's max HP, and advances own special cooldown to max. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so you get... I don't understand this. So you're using the special. It's already at max, right? It's already at max. If your HP is above 51%, you get your HP cut by 50%, and then you get your special again. Okay. Deals 100 times character's attack and typeless damage to all enemies. That will ignore damage negating abilities, barriers, and boost attack of all strength striker driven characters 2.5 times for one turn. Not 2.75. That is different. If your crew has an attack up, amplifies the effect of orbs for strength, striker, and driven characters by 2.5 for one turn. If your crew has an attack up and orb amplification, you get a 2 times color thinning. Okay. I'm trying to understand this. Because, so you do it once, right? You do the special. I wonder if, like, that first instance of the special, you get the reduction and everything, and you get the attack boost. And the damage, of course. Then you can do it again and get the orb boost because you already have the attack boost. And then if you have another kid as your captain, your friend captain, you can do it again and get a color thinning. That's what it sounds like. It's a little hard to understand. But that's what it sounds like. I don't know why they wouldn't state the fact that it advances the cooldown to max after what they, like, the boost attack, you know, like every time you use the special, it reduces the cooldown to max. That's what it sounds like. I think that's the weakest special out of the 3 so far, but I also don't fully understand all the wording about it. But I think I'm pretty spot on what it is. It just allows you to use it a lot, and like the conditions keep changing. So super type, kid must be the captain, and this character's special ability must be used 2 times. Okay, so yeah, it's something along the lines of like use it and then it gets it back. Yeah. Your HP has to be above 51%, by the way. So you can't like use it 3 times unless you heal. Right? So that's what it sounds like. It's a little complicated. But his special ability must have been used 2 times already. So you gotta have been using it at least twice and not have the color affinity yet. So changes all orbs into matching orbs, not through block orbs. Reduces burn by 3, that's kind of odd. And transforms, okay, it's kind of whatever. At least you get matching orbs somewhat. Not going through block orbs is kind of, but I mean, you can just bring someone else to do that. The burn reduction is odd. I don't really understand that, because nothing in his kit so far like has anything to do with burn. It's just kind of like, let's give him this. Okay. Last tap. What else does he have? Enrage and critical hit. Luffy and Law have better potential abilities, in my opinion. 80% chance on the critical hit is fine. Let's look at his last tap here. So on the last stage, HP has to be below 51 at the start of the turn. Okay. All right. This character's normal attacks will deal damage to all enemies. Okay, that is strong. That is very strong. It's only really strong though if you're on a boss stage with multiple enemies. Let's keep going down the list here. Normal attack will deal damage to all enemies. Overrides the chain multiplier to 3.5. Overrides the chain multiplier to 3.5. Does that mean you start the chain at 3.5? I'm feeling like that's what it means. Because otherwise I don't really get it. Does it mean... Maybe it means on the last tap because, again, I think it has something to do with you tapping last with the unit for it to like actually activate. So I think maybe what it does is that final hit, it just takes wherever your chain was and brings it to that value. So on the last tap, regardless, your chain could be at 0.7. And when you hit with that kid last, it doesn't end on 0.7, it ends on 3.5. And so forth to 3.75 to 4 to 4.5. That's what I think. It could be the other way around where, you know, it just starts the chain at that value. If that is the case, that is incredibly strong. But I don't think that's the case because I think the last tap for every unit is like specific for that unit and not the rest of the crew. And then stats as his support. Okay, so out of the three here, without a doubt, the Law is better. The Law is the best one for sure. Then I'd say Luffy, then Kid. Just in my personal opinion, I can tell you 100% Law is the best one. And that's not even like my personal opinion. That is a fact. Law is the best one. Not even just like his last tap. When you can finally get it to like those later values, it blows the other two last taps out of the water. Based on my limited knowledge on what they actually can do and just reading it right there. On paper, I'll say that. On paper, Law is significantly better. Let's go through the rare recruits too. We're getting a little long in the video here. I'm sorry about that, but I wanted to definitely go through all the units in detail. So let's go through the special time units here with this Reiju and Shirahoshi and the Rebecca. She's strength. All these gonna be 5 stars, of course. Free Spirit, Cerebral, 4 combo hits. Captain ability sucks. Limit Break Sailor ability is strength orbs beneficial for all characters. Very good. Special on a 12 turn cooldown, 11 with expansion, reducing enemies' percent damage reduction and increased damage reduction by 5 turns. Changes empty block and bomb orbs into matching orbs. Recovers 30% of your max HP for the crew. Increases duration of orb amplification buffs by 1 turn. Very good. That's a great special. It's a low cooldown, percent damage reduction and increased defense by 5 turns. That's like where you want it to be. It's not like 4 turns. It's not 3 turns. It's 5 turns, which is like fantastic. Anything higher than that would have been like amazing tier. 5 turns is great. You're getting pretty much any bad orb you don't want converted, except for like not matching orbs, right? Or like unfavorable orbs, but you're getting empty bomb and block orbs. That's very strong. And then you're getting a pretty decent heal there too, and you get to increase the duration of an orb boost, which is just kind of like tacked on there. It's just a little extra. Potential abilities, dex, and reduce slot bind by an unknown amount at this point. It says question, or is that 7? That's 7. Sorry, I thought it was a question mark. Yeah, good character. Support ability, strength characters, that's very broad. I like that. Once per adventure, when the support character uses damage dealing or health cutting, changes supported character order into matching orb, amplifies the effects of orbs for strength characters 1.3 for 1 turn. I like that. That is a very good support ability. I like that Reiju. Shirahoshi is a Dex Striker Free Spirit character. 5 combo hits. Captain ability doesn't matter. It's bad. Dex Orbs beneficial for all characters. Very good. Special 12 turns 11 with expansion. Reduces no healing duration. Sorry, not expansion. Limit break. Reduces no healing duration by 5 turns, reducing resilience by 5 turns. 20 times characters recovery in HP, allowing for overheal up to 2 times max. Changes adjacent orbs into rainbow orbs It increases duration of color affinity buffs by 1 turn. Another very good special. I think the Reiju is better, only by a little bit though, because honestly, the reduce no healing and the resilience is okay, but getting overheal possible and getting your adjacent orbs into rainbow orbs, that is very strong. Rainbow orbs are no joke. And then getting the buff again, like the increased duration of the buff. If you're running a character that uses a color affinity, same with the Reiju, or an orb boost that are 2 turns, right? For some reason, and not 3 turns. Using this character then on the 4th stage, along with the orb boost or whatever, the color affinity, turning it to 3 turns, automatically is way better, because that means you can keep that boost, because 2 turns, whatever, if there's ever a unit that has a 2 turns attack boost or a 2 turns orb boost or color affinity, whatever, it's kind of just like, well, why? Because 9 times out of 10 the final stage has a preemptive, which means you can't carry that buff over. So increasing the duration of the buff is nice. It's nice. Let's take a look here. Reduce no healing 5 turns. So you're going to get, with the special, 10 turns reduce no healing. And then pinch healing, which is your HP has to be below 50%. You get 1 times with a perk. That's very good. Support character, dex characters once per adventure. They have to use a damage dealing or a health cutting special. Changing the orb into a matching orb. Boost color affinity of dex characters 1.3. Another very good support ability. If anything, these are all like fantastic units to get for their support abilities. All right, and then we get the Rebecca here. It's quick, slasher, striker. I'm going to assume that each one of these characters that we're listing actually works with their respective legend, like typing, like Law, Shirahoshi, and so forth. Captain ability, again, sucks. Quick orbs benefit for all characters. 12 turns, 11 with limit break. Reduces bind and despair by 5 turns. Changing adjacent orbs into matching. Reducing damage received by 70%. Increase the duration of attack boosting buffs. Okay. Yeah, very good. Reducing bind and despair by 5 turns is a lot. You're getting adjacent orbs matching, and you get a 70% damage reduction. And you get the increased duration of the attack boost. Very strong. All 3 of those units are good. Are very good. Critical hit and pinch healing. This unit has the 2 best potential abilities, I can tell you that. Because she doesn't have like reducing dex damage. It's like critical hit and pinch healing are 2 actually decent potential abilities. I'm going to assume it's something like, yeah, quick. So damage dealing, health cutting, quick characters, 1.3. Very good. Very good. If I were to rate these 3, I think Reiju and Rebecca are about as good. Like, they're like tied for how good they are. And I think Shirahoshi's just a little bit less good than the other 2. But that doesn't mean she's not also good. Getting the rainbow orbs is very good. I just think reducing the debuffs that the other 2 reduce is more, sought after. And then again, we got more units to go. I'm sorry this is a long video. We got Killer here. So the rest of them here are definitely batch unit rare recruits. He is a quick striker slasher unit. Captain ability is not really that good. Sailor ability reducing own special cooldown 2 turns when it's rewinded. That's very good. Limit break makes recovery and tandem orbs beneficial for only himself. Okay. It's a 2-stage special. Okay, we don't see these very often. First stage is going to be pretty much 7, 6 with limit break. Reducing special cooldown of all characters by 1 turn. Reduces paralysis and despair by 2 turns. Makes strength, dex, quick, psi, and int orbs beneficial for all type orbs. Beneficial for strength, dex, and quick characters for 1 turn. That's a good special. It doesn't do a ton. 2 turns of paralysis and despair, kind of just like, okay. but getting all the type orbs being beneficial for 1 turn for those 3 colors is very good, and the special cooldown is very good because he's got that special rewind reduction in his kit already with the Sailor ability. Stage 2 is 14 turns, 13 at max with limit break, reducing special cooldown of all characters by 2 turns, reducing paralysis and despair by 5 turns, and makes all type orbs beneficial for 3 turns for those 3. That is much better. I was hoping it would be 5 turns of reduction for paralysis and despair, and it was. Good rare group. Very good rare group. I like that. Good rare group. Potential abilities, reduce damage taken and rage, and critical hit. Okay. And that's just stats on his support. Okay. Zaro Del Roso, another quick character here. Slasher driven class with the quick and capability we're not going to look at. He boosts base stats as a Sailor ability, and he reduces silence on himself by 5 turns. All right, so you're going to have a good idea what he's going to do is reduce silence, which he does. Silence and attack down by 5 turns. Already fantastic. Locks all orbs for 1 turn. Again, fantastic. Amplifies the effects of orbs on goal characters 2 times. Fantastic. 13 turns, 12 with limit break. Fantastic. I know I said that like 4 times there, but fantastic. Wow. Yeah, that's a very good unit. Critical hit, reduce slot bind reduction by 7. He's just stats. Okay. Better than the killer, I personally think, but that was, yeah. Attack down and silence are like 2 like debuffs you have to get rid of. Like there's not stuff like you can get 1 character binded and like still like be okay and like maybe defeat the stage, or like have like 1 row paralysis. Oh, I said that wrong. Paralysis on 1 row or something like that, and still like be okay. You have to get rid of silence and attack them. And then Jimbei. Jimbei is a strength fighter cerebral character. He cannot be blown away. He gets stats with his Sailor ability. Okay. On 14 turns, I guess he doesn't have a limit break. He does have a limit break. It doesn't give cooldown though. That's odd. But 14 turns is a little high. Reducing bind duration by 5 turns. Reduce enemy threshold damage reduction by 5 turns. Alright, so I like both of those. If HP is below 51% at the start of the turn, recover 50% of the crew's max HP. Boost color affinity of strength dex quick characters by 2 times for 1 turn. Boost color affinity of strength dex quick characters by 1.75 for 2 turns otherwise. So your HP has to be below 51%. So this character is meant to be used with Kid. It's very obvious. Yeah, it's a good special. 5 turns of bind and threshold. Very good. He gives you the color affinity for a 2 times color affinity pretty much in most circumstances when you're using Kid, which means you don't have to use Kid that 3rd time because he gives the 2 times color affinity anyway. Okay. He has dex damage reduction, reduced ship bind. Yuck. Both of those not great. And then, yeah, it's just stats. Okay, well, yeah, I think the whole batch is good. Honestly, I don't think there's 1 bad unit in the whole batch. And they're all worth getting. You definitely need to get like some of these 3 right here with the Reiju, the Shirahoshi, and the Rebecca. I don't know what you need to plan around to get those. Again, they're guaranteed on the 2nd step for the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th parts of the Sugofest. And on the 1st part, you're guaranteed 1 of them on the 2nd step, I'm pretty sure. But again, go check out my Sugofest structure video if you want to learn more about the Sugofest. But yeah, those were the units right there. There is that koala unit, which I guess we have to go through and do it this way to check out where that unit is. Let's see where that unit is. We're searching by 100. Where are you? koala, right? Koala. There it is. So I'm pretty sure this is a free-to-play character. I don't know, just want to see where it drops. Farmable, so yes. Free-to-play character. Dex Fighter Free Spirits. This could be... Wait, maybe this is the treasure map unit. You know, that makes sense. I think this is the treasure map unit. Because this wouldn't make any sense if it was not the treasure map unit. So... You get a attack of free spirit characters by 3.75 and reduce paralysis by 2 turns. 100% the treasure map unit. That's a high multiplier, plus she has utility. Normal free-to-play units don't have the captain abilities like that. That's pretty decent for a treasure map unit. I like that. Sailor abilities, stats. If this character has a Dex Orb and you hit a perfect, you keep it. Special on with limit break, which is the only one we're going to look at because this is stupid, is 12 turns. Applies attack down. Wait, applies attack down and chain coefficient reduction immunity for 3 turns. Okay, that's new. Attack down immunity. That's, I think we've seen chain coefficient reduction immunity before, but I can't tell you exactly where. But the attack down is definitely new. Recovers 6,000 HP at the end of the turn for 3 turns. Boosts attack of Dex and Free Spirit characters by 1.75 for 1 turn. After 1 turn, you get a 2 times attack boost. Good special. If you know you're going to get hit with attack down or chain coefficient reduction, good special. Because most of the time that happens on the 4th, or I mean like the 5th stage, right? It could happen on the 4th stage, but... Let's just say you're going to the 5th stage. You know there's attack down or chain coefficient reduction. You use the special. You get the attack boost on the 4th stage. The final stage, you get 2 times attack boost plus the immunity. Good. And then you get heal for 3 turns. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Slot bind reduction by 5 turns. Reduce no healing by 5 turns. And then she gets hunger too, which can reduce it by 3. Very good. And then can only go on Sabo and its stats. Okay. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this super long video. I'm sorry it was so long. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and end it right here. And again, check out my video on the Sugofest if you're wondering whether or not it's any good. We don't know a whole lot of information on it right now, but... You know, hopefully in the future we'll get more information on it. And anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button for me. It helped me out a great deal. As well as hit that subscribe button to get notified when I put up more videos and when they go live. As well as check out the description, which has a link to my Twitch channel, which we're playing Treasure Cruise a lot on, as well as some other stuff. Hope to see you there. And I'll talk to you all later. See ya.